Keira, I start every single interview I do with the exact same question. It is a very important one. How are you today? Genuinely, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm a bit tired.
Mm.
I'm not sleeping so well at the moment. Now, some of
Girl,
that, are you not
same.
either?
No, it's been a weird week.
Well, it's been a weird week. Okay, so I've had my husband, it was his fault one of the nights because his phone kept going off, wanted to kill him.
Rude.
Another night, my kid had a nightmare, fair enough. Another night, the cat suddenly behaved very strangely. And last night, I don't have anyone to blame. I just couldn't sleep.
No, but Keira, can I tell you, because my dog has been being weird this week, and last night I also did not have anyone to blame. I think it's something just like in the universe.
Something's going on,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm really hoping, I would really, really like a nice night's sleep tonight. I feel, when you're feeling a little edgy from the from the broken sleep. Yes, I'd like to feel a little bit calmer.
Yes, same. Well, I am so excited to be talking to you about The Woman in Cabin 10, and I want to start with the fact that this is just so real for like so many women. Like she's just being gaslit all of the time and being told not to question the super duper rich, and it's very real in like a frustrating kind of way. And I'm really interested for you, like what makes you say, yes, I want to live in that headspace for a few weeks for a shoot?
Well, I mean, yeah, when you phrase it like that, it does seem like an odd choice. But no, I think I was just like, what I actually liked was her certainty. Because I think often, and I know that I would be like this, if I walked into a room and I said, this happened, and everybody else in the room said, no, it didn't, and you're nuts, and actually nobody was there, and what are you talking about? I would go, oh gosh, yes, I'm so sorry, you're completely right. I must be completely insane. And I love playing a character who is like, no, I know something happened. I am going to get to the bottom of it. I don't care if you all call me crazy. I'm just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. So I think that there's power in that certainty, which actually was quite nice to play. Because I never feel very certain about anything. So it was kind of, I enjoyed being certain about it.
Well, and that's something that your director, Simon, has said was very important to him from the start. He wanted it to be so that Lo was so certain that the viewers never doubted her. And it didn't occur to me until after I finished it. I was like, oh, that's 100%. I was with you 100% of the time. I was like, she saw what she saw. That's a thing that happened.
He didn't want the unreliable narrator being the thing that the film was about. He wanted, particularly because she was a woman, he wanted to take away all of the stuff that would make you go, no, she's not right. And yet still, so actually she's a completely reliable narrator, and yet still she's standing in the room and nobody believes her. So I think he found that a much more interesting sort of dynamic to explore than she's having a nervous breakdown and then she sees this thing and then whatever. I think so we wanted her to be, she's completely capable. She's really good at what she does. She stands in this room, she says something's happened, and everyone says, no, it doesn't. What? That's crazy.
Well, right. And it's so nice for the genre. And I asked him about it, and he told me that it's because, at least in part for him, he really does believe that the things that we show in media and in pieces of art that we consume do have a way of staying in the brain. And obviously that's true, right? That's why art has persisted for as long as it has. So I'm interested for you when you get the pitch that way, right? Because you've read a lot of characters in your career. You get a lot of like, we want you to play this, and we want you to play this mother who's doing this, and this crazy woman who's doing this. When you get the pitch of like a woman who is just certain about what has happened and is right about what has happened, for you as Keira, what is that like for you as an actress? Does it feel refreshing? Like, what's kind of that immediate reaction?
It was refreshing, again, because normally within characters, they're not certain. And actually, that's what makes them interesting, right? And that's what makes people interesting. But you suddenly realize actually that certainty and that non-questioning is in itself an extraordinary character trait, and actually one that I don't think that I played before. But also, it is everybody's nightmare. I know I can't remember all the films I've done, so maybe I have played it before, but I don't.
I'm running through the catalog right now.
I can see you going, no, have you? I'm like, maybe I have, but I don't remember. But I think it is everybody's nightmare. I mean, there's the gender thing about it, which is women are less believed than men, obviously. But even for men, the idea of standing in a room, being certain, telling the truth, and everybody telling you that you're either insane or lying, it is the stuff of nightmares, because you can't not question yourself and question your reality and question everything that's happening around you and question every single relationship that you've got with every single person. And therefore that level of suspicion, you know that somebody is a murderer in this very extreme version of this, or somebody's been treacherous, or whatever, but you don't know who it is. And that insanity of being suspicious of everyone is really interesting, you know, and what that does to a person and how a person responds to that when the pack turns against them. And the strength that it takes when the pack turns against you to keep to your line and not just, you know, be one of the pack, particularly if that pack are incredibly powerful and incredibly rich.
Well, one dynamic that I really, really loved for you in this movie is you got to work with Kaya Scodelario on this, which for me is also delightful just because it's kind of a little Pirates reunion, even though I don't think you guys worked together at all on Pirates 5. I don't think you interacted at all.
That one. And she was really cute because what she said when she got that part, partly she was like, oh, great, I get to work with Keira. And then I wasn't in that movie. So we felt like we were having a little bit of like a, you know,
you were at the very, very end. There's a very small scene. You are in Pirates 5, Keira.
Am I?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Is that the cameo that I did?
That is the cameo you did.
Okay, great.
That is where you reunite with Will Turner, and it brought my heart so much joy. You are in Pirates 5.
Okay, great. Good to know. Thank you very much. Cool. I do remember. I just had a baby. I'm like, that whole period of my life was very hazy. It was very sleep deprived.
I feel awful even correcting you, but I just want you to know that you were there.
Yeah, you were there. I saw you. Okay, fine.
I'm just a big Pirates fan, Keira. I'm really trying to hold it. I just went to the new Pirates themed bar in Disney World. I'm living my best pirate life these days.
Amazing. Maybe me and Kaya need to go together. We've got kids actually. We've got kids around the same age as well.
Can I just sit in the background and watch and just have fun with you?
We'll be piratey together, sitting there in the pirate bar. Cool.
Back to Woman in Cabin 10, though. I do want to ask because I read an interview where you said that ahead of Black Doves that you were looking for something that involved curious creatures doing strange things. And I'm really kind of interested in that draw to curiosity, and I'm wondering if it was the same kind of drive in play here.
Yeah, I mean, it's always slightly that drive, you know. I mean, more so with like something like Black Doves, where you're like, wow, this is really out there and weird, you know. But this is that how the super wealthy and the worlds that they inhabit, and the super yacht being that kind of extraordinary. I mean, it's like it's a floating castle. It's like a medieval castle, right? Because it's very upstairs, downstairs. You have the servants living at the bottom with very little light. You have the rich and powerful at the top in very spacious rooms. You have secret staircases where the servants are meant to come up, never be seen, clean everything, whatever, and disappear again. You know, there's something very medieval about that whole thing, and yet it's also, in this particular period of time, it's very aspirational, right? So it's kind of having a look at that aspirational sort of lifestyle and then kind of subverting it and twisting it and turning it into this sort of claustrophobic nightmare where this palace suddenly becomes this prison and everything glitzy and glamorous suddenly becomes like horrifying and weird. I sort of thought that was quite a fun thing to do, you know, to do with this sort of very aspirational object.
Well, if I may go a little bit broad in your career a little bit, because we've talked a lot about how this movie is a very realistic nightmare for a person. But you as an actor have also, in my opinion, really embraced like the play side of acting. You've done so many fun things. You've been a pirate king and the Sugar Plum Fairy, and you've been an assassin, and you've been in period pieces. Like, you really get to do the fun of acting. And I'm really interested for you, when you're choosing projects, how much does the fun of it all really factor in for you?
It does factor in, and I think it factors in more like now. I think there was a midsection where I think I wanted serious, I wanted dark, I wanted to go to the place, I want, you know, I mean, and there's still like a lot of that. I mean, Black Doves is fun. It's still pretty dark, you know. I mean, just as they, you know, it's like a bit of a, but I think the fun and the play is a huge side of it, and it's also a very liberating side of it, right? Because you can kind of go. I mean, this, for example, I always wanted to be the man in a 70s thriller. I mean, who doesn't want to be like the Warren Beatty role in Parallax View? You don't want to be the girl in Parallax View. You want to be Warren Beatty in Parallax View. So I feel like for me, it's like my teenage self getting to be Warren Beatty in Parallax View in this. So it's still that fun of being like, yeah, I'm the hero in one of those thrillers, you know, and that kind of, and so that in itself is about play and fun. But I think I am at the moment looking for pieces of entertainment and looking for things that audiences are unabashedly entertained by, you know, and I think that's maybe because I'm at a point, I've got 2 kids, I can read a lot of very dark scripts, and I do tend to go, ooh, I don't want to go there right now. I need, you know, I can do the thrillers, because there's an element of fun in, I find them fun watching them. You know, I love being on the edge of my seat going, oh, good, who did it? Who was the murderer? Who was, you know? And so being a part of kind of making that it's fun.
Well, in that sense, I will leave you with this one. Is there anything in particular that you still really want to play? Whether it's dark, whether it's light, is there any kind of character that you're like, I want to sink my teeth into that. I want to be this person.
We start Black Doves on Monday. I'm so excited to be a spy again. And it is the kid in me. I haven't shaken the kind of cool, and I get the gun and I get to do the bits, and yeah, I get to be the person that's fighting and I win. I'm really good at it. And I do find it really sad. And my cashmere is still perfect and my hair is perfect afterwards and nobody notices. I do think like the silliness of that and the fun of that is still, I'm very much looking forward to diving back into being a cool spy assassin.
I mean, can you tease anything plot-wise about Black Dove season 2? Because I love you as an assassin. Because here's the thing: as much as I'm like a pirate girly, when I was a kid on the playground, I was playing spies. So seeing you in this, I'm like, this is this. So
yeah, this is the thing. Yeah. So yeah, it's me being able to be James Bond. It's like, oh God, yeah, I always wanted to be James Bond. Yes. Can I? No, I can't. There's more murder and mayhem, and twists and turns, and a lot of cashmere. And that is all
very good at this. It's like you've been trained not to give secrets away.
No, right? You're not getting anything.